Hi, welcome to the Premier Power Hour. I'm Zach.
And I'm Billy.
And we're back.
We're back.
How are you feeling today?
Honestly, I'm a little, I'm exhausted. I'm
Really?
tired. I did not get enough sleep last
Oh no,
night.
why is that?
Well, and if you'll indulge me, I knew we were doing these things, so I did, of course, my beauty regimen at the end of the evening.
Absolutely.
Tucked myself into bed, drifted off to sleep, looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And then, it was, probably 2 a.m., I hear a loud banging on my front door, which... fairly light sleeper, woke me immediately, and it's 2 a.m. and you hear a banging on your door.
Yeah.
I was freaked out.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been honestly more scared.
Yeah.
So and at that point you're thinking, well, do I go downstairs? Do I is this the police? Is this what have I done? And is it just a robber? All these things are going. You've just been woken from a deep sleep, so I steel myself to go downstairs and to the front door. My heart is in my throat. Get there, open the door, and it just turned out to be a guy delivering popcorn, and that was it. So got the popcorn and went back to bed, and I'm here now.
You
I
got
feel
a
good.
2 a.m. delivery of popcorn?
Yes. He seemed very adamant to deliver the popcorn. And you're working out west. I'm hoping that joke means something to someone here at Premier.
I hope so too.
Because I went a long way for it.
It's sorry, I didn't get. I gave you the response that you typically give me from the dad joke. So
deadpan.
Yeah. I'm not as good. I'm not as good of a straight man as you are with that. But I'm sorry that you got a 2 a.m. popcorn delivery.
I'm glad I got it. It was good stuff.
Is it good?
Good stuff, yes.
Good. Other good stuff is a great lead-in to what we're going to talk about, which is bin boxes, and a little bit about you. Now, you work with bin boxes.
Yep.
Now, you didn't start there, and I don't think we've actually even talked about how you started at Premier. So how did you get your start at Premier?
Gosh, I do have a distinct feeling of deja vu at this, but
yeah,
I'm going to go through it again for posterity. I was in between jobs.
Okay.
I used to work in the printing business.
Okay.
A wonderful industry.
Sure.
As much an art form as anything.
Sure.
But a dying industry. Unfortunately, I that job went away, and I kind of wandered the streets for a while, not really sure what I wanted to do with my life. I would have been in my early 30s at that point, so it was a crossroads.
Yeah,
right. Friend of a friend. Heard about an opportunity at a little company called Premier. I knew of Premier because I think I used to order boxes from them for the printing business. And did an interview or two and got hired into their customer service department.
Great. So you started in customer service.
Yes.
What caused the shift to go into bin boxes? Were you just terrible with customers, or did they say we got to get this guy
probably some
out
of them
west somewhere? I'm joking, of course, because that can't be the case, because one of our premier products is bin boxes.
Yes.
So you're basically quarterbacking
with customers on a daily basis, just about when I'm working. No, it was actually I was in customer service for several years. It gave me beautiful background and experience in the corrugated business. I got to learn everything from our computer management system, all of the processes, a little bit of production, a little bit of shipping, estimating, just about everything. Good spot to start training for sure. There were some shakeups in as there often are in businesses, and there was a need for. We had a couple of large bin box projects starting up, and I was approached to ask if I wanted to see if I wanted to do one of those, to manage one of those, and I said sure, I'll give it a shot, and it actually involved me living in California for about 3 months, doing that one. It was successful, I guess, and made it back, went back into customer service for a little while because a hole needed to be filled, and then I think Premier decided, okay, they had been doing kind of spotty bin box projects here and there as the need arose, and I think Premier decided, okay, we're gonna do this seriously. They started a department with actual dedicated people for it, and I moved into that role.
So, a bin box, and I feel like we've touched on it a couple times, but what is a bin box? When you're saying there's a bin box project, just describe what a bin box is.
Because it's very vague, and I like to think that the sky's the limit. It could be anything almost under the sun in terms of what the customer needs. But if you think about distribution warehouses, just row after row of racks, right?
Yep.
For a customer to store their product onto. Back in the day, most of how locations were defined on those racks would have just been with plastic dividers, metal dividers, if you were lucky enough to have that. General locations labeled for people to pick the product, stow the product.
Right, because it's just basic metal racking with a sheet of whatever wood that basically you're just storing product on.
Right.
So how you are able to go and pick that product accurately to then ship out to a customer.
And
becomes an issue if you don't have some sort of organization with it.
When you're in that sort of distribution process, of course, time is money. So the effectiveness of your picking and stowing is a big part of your bottom line. So if somebody goes to that location and the little widget that you've ordered is not where the system says it's supposed to be, then we got a problem. Or in any type of working through the warehouse and someone comes across a product that's fallen on the floor. Where was this supposed to be? They can't just put it back up, anywhere. That has to go back through the process and reworked. So, the drifting and the loss of product in a warehouse is what you're trying to avoid. To kind of get around the plastic dividers or something that's not quite as effective, we started producing products that are made out of corrugated.
It's kind of something that we know pretty well,
right? We've got the expertise in that. So a lot of what you'll see, and bin boxes, it of course depends on what your product type is in any type of warehouse, but if you do a lot of soft goods, clothing, that sort of thing, we have bin boxes that look like almost dresser cabinets, right? Drawers in them and everything. That installed into your type of racking gives you enclosed, encapsulated locations, right? Where that product goes, it stays. It doesn't come out until you sell it and go pick it.
And the genesis of really this Premier Packaging and bin boxes started with an apparel company, right? We came up with this idea of making out of corrugated the kind of dividers and placeholders for product to allow for better pick, pack, and shipping for them. And then somebody else, a much larger retailer, acquired that apparel company, and then now we've opened it up, I should say, to the public. And so now it's not just apparel; it can be pretty much anything. Because as you said, there's ones with drawers. There's also, I've seen ones that are just like cubbies.
Certainly, we can do. We can make them as complicated as you want, or as simple as you want. But also as specific as is needed for your type of product. But they are they're about as the coolest thing we do, I think.
I mean, it's truly a customizable solution that can be scaled for as small or as big as you need for any size of company. And you just bring us what your product is, the way that you would like to improve your pick, pack, and ship, and we'll come up with a solution for you. I've done bin boxes that are just our stock ones that kind of, they're in a size and shape that seems to go well for a lot of people. But then I've also done ones where, hey, I like this design, but can you make it this size?
Right.
Because their racking is such that, racking is heavy. So if you don't have to move that and you can just build around that. I think one aspect of bin boxes that is really crucial is it's a sustainable alternative to the steel and the plastic basically bins that you would have, dividers. And it removes any wasted space. So in a way, I guess you could say that's maybe, it seems like a stretch to say that's a sustainability push. But in that racking, any kind of space that you would have that's not filled with product is wasted space. So you could literally condense your product and have more warehouse space available, which now equals a lot of money, especially with what's going on in the industry.
You are just about, other than the material itself, you're just about maximizing your cube on whatever shelf you're putting stuff on. And we go from, we will manage design and manage projects that at the end of it give a customer 3 million pick locations, right? In their warehouse, and we will do bin box projects or provide material for 125 bins or whatever, and ship them wherever. I mean, that's we are capable of the entire range there.
Yeah, a success story that I recently had with bin boxes is an apparel company that is out in Phoenix. They came to me. They had a ton of denim. It just looked like denim was like a denim explosion all over. And they are trying to manage the growth that they're having, which has been exponential. And we brought in bin boxes. It wasn't the biggest bin box deal that we've ever done, but the before and after for it is truly incredible. And we have a bunch of pictures of before and after with our bin boxes and different projects that we've done. And so if folks are interested in the difference that these can make, you should go to our website and check it out, because it's really incredible to see what was and what can be.
There's a retailer name right there, Denim Explosion. I like that.
Yeah. Would they just do? I guess you could do everything. You could do everything.
Just denim.
Just denim.
Just denim.
Yeah.
No, it is amazing, and the success stories of it provides customers with pretty much instantaneous results and improvements on picking and stowing and a reduction in drift and loss in their warehouse. So the results definitely speak for themselves.
Okay, so somebody comes in and they go online or they talk to a supply chain specialist like myself and they say, hey, I want to do bin boxes. We signed the deal, they sent in the PO, now it's here for the installation, okay? So where do you come in? And you are here to, as you said, manage the bin box projects. Tell me about kind of the scale that you're working.
Right. So our team
and what that process looks like for installation.
Right. Our team mostly is working with the larger projects where a customer has ordered a solution, and that takes the entire process of our folks working with the customer to do an assessment of their facility, to make sure we know what type of racking system we're developing these bins for, going through a fairly sizable catalog of existing designs that we already have, to see if those would be a fit for what that customer needs. And then our team comes in once the POs have been issued and material is being run. We're managing a group of folks, of workers, laborers that are actually building those bins at the customer location, at an off-site location.
Because that's the number one question I get is, do I have to build these myself?
And they certainly can, and we do a lot of that. We do material-only orders where we will, the exact same thing, and we develop what you want, and we just run it and ship it. And if you've got the labor to do it, then by all means, make it happen.
More power to you.
But a lot of folks do not have that additional labor or time to do it, and that's where we come in. So it is we will either and it's typically within the customer's facility. We are managing a group of, and these can go from one shift a day, 1 to 2 shifts a day, 7 days a week. I mean, we've done these things on grand scales, or where it's just a manager and 20 folks building these things and installing them. Because at the end of the day, they're the cabinet type of bins, or some of the more complicated bins that we do. We do rather large, very robust bins that are kind of specific for long, heavy items, golf clubs, baseball bats, hockey sticks, rebar. I've seen that sort of application used.
Rebar?
But yes, I don't know why, but I've seen rebar in some of our V&A bins before. But
look at that.
There are several components that get folded together. Parts 1 through 5, and tab A into slot B, and all of that sort of thing. And that's what we manage on a daily basis to do for the customer.
And I think it's important to note too, you don't have to go into just one. You can order more than one type of bin.
Oh, certainly.
For a location, because you have been on a job site and have texted me, hey, these are all the different varieties. This area of the warehouse is all this type of bin. This area is this other type of bin. You can mix and match.
Yes, you certainly can mix and match within a bay face, a bay of racks. I mean, we've got a project going on right now where there's, and it's only just slightly different in size, same type of bin, but we're doing 4 different bin types, in one bay face. And a lot of warehouses where, this section we can do bins that are good for this type of material, and when we get to the other side of the warehouse, different types of bins. So it's the fun part, the tough part when you ask what is a bin box, because it's it's whatever you want it to be.
It's whatever you want it to be. What is the heaviest object that you've seen placed in one of these bin boxes?
So customers definitely put these things to the test.
Absolutely.
We at Premier certainly test these and develop the products and use the specific type of board grades that we feel like will be the longest lasting, and we have had these bin boxes at customers' locations getting daily use for the past 5 or 6 years, and they're still going. They're some of the drawer bins. You'll go back. It's fun to go back and see, after you've installed everything, them in use. And I think we certainly give the customer recommendations for what their weights are limited, rated for, but a lot of stuff. Books, in a softline facility where you think, it's just going to be socks and T-shirts and stuff, but no, they've got everything in there. Books, extension cords, the heaviest stuff, giant things of detergent. It doesn't matter. They stuff the heck out of them.
Yeah, I've seen them be used for car parts and different things like that. Some heavy, small but heavy things. Well, we are getting low on time.
We are. It's good for me because I was so tired from before.
Just give you something that you already know about.
I feel better now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You aced that quiz, 100%.
Thanks.
Well, now I think quickly, we should do our What's in the Box.
Okay, I remember that. It's
What's
been
in
a
the
while.
Box, sponsored by Premier Packaging. I don't know if they can see that. What's in the box? Nothing's in the box except for the question. Now, this is a callback to episode 1, actually.
Yep. Don't remember it, but go ahead.
So, I asked you an icebreaker question because I love those. And my question was, if you could pick an event to be a gold medalist in the Summer Olympics, what would you choose? And you
Refused to answer.
just refused.
On grounds that it would incriminate me.
That wasn't true. That wasn't true. They can get the clip.
Okay.
But you told me I would claim it as a promise that you would answer when the Winter Olympics came around. Now we have just passed.
And the problem with that is, a couple of years later, here we are.
The Winter
Thanks,
Olympics.
COVID.
So
Yeah,
because you got 2 Olympics within 1 year. So 1 year's time, I should say. So if you were to be a gold medalist in a Winter Olympic event, which event would you choose and why?
Could I just be the guy that comes out at the beginning carrying the flag for?
No.
I guess you had to
I'm
do
gonna
that.
make
You probably have to be
pick an
competing.
event. Yeah, good workaround, but I'm going to hold you to it.
Did you watch the Winter Olympics this year?
Of course, I'm an American.
Did you?
American who loves sports. I don't want to ostracize anybody. Do you want some help on some different events?
No, I think I would want the thing that is most prestigious, but then I start thinking about outfits. Something I could wear a vest in. So I'll give you 2. I want the one where you ski and shoot.
That's what
that seems fun.
For my money, I was picking that one for you.
And then I'll go to the other side and say, just because it would be amazing if you could do that sort of stuff, figure skating.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty big one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Prestigious.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
So I answered you.
It's the big one. You answered. Thank you for an answer.
I played your little game.
You played it, and you gave me 2 answers. I am elated.
There
right
you go.
now.
That
Can you
kind
see
of
it on
makes
my
up
face?
for my.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes up for it.
Yeah.
This was good.
Yeah, I
it's
think
good
this
to
is
get
great.
back into this.
Yeah, mine was snowboarding. You didn't ask me, but that's okay.
I didn't.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you, Billy,
for
your knowledge on
Zach.
bin
Thank
boxes
you,
and
Zach.
your time. Until next time, this has been the Premier Power Hour. Thanks.
Do you have comments, questions, or ideas about this topic? If so, we'd like to hear from you. Please visit primpack.com/podcast to let us know what you think. Thanks.